Chosen one. The miracle is in motion. Don't miss this wave. Miracle in motion. Before you scroll, pause. Take a deep breath. Something is shifting right now, and it's not random. You didn't find this video. This video found you, right on time. Because the miracle is already moving. It's swirling around your name. It's searching for your surrender. And if you miss this moment, it may not circle back for a very long time. So listen carefully. Your breakthrough is not on the horizon. It's in motion, right now, and it's waiting for your awareness to catch up. Something extraordinary is happening beneath the surface. The energy is shifting, the tide is rising, and you are standing at the edge of something sacred. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but deep within your spirit, you can feel that something is moving, unstoppable, undeniable, and divinely orchestrated. This is not just another moment. This is the moment. This is the chapter where wishes come true, where the universe begins to echo your deepest desires back to you in a language only your soul understands. If you are watching this, you are not here by accident. Watch this video until the end. And if your heart resonates with these words, drop your warmest wishes and 99 in the comments. Let the energy of this collective moment elevate everything you're carrying. Let it charge the very miracle that is already in motion for you. There is a sacred wave moving now. You don't have to chase it. It's coming for you. This is not about striving. This is about alignment. This miracle is not waiting for your perfection. It's responding to your preparation. All the tears, all the setbacks, all the silences, they were not signs of denial. They were seasons of divine construction. The miracle was not delayed. It was being engineered. And now it's moving. It started subtly. A conversation here, a sign there, a gut feeling that wouldn't go away, the dreams that began returning to your sleep, the synchronicities that became too loud to ignore. You tried to brush them off, but they followed you. That's because this miracle is alive. It's a living energy set in motion by your decision to not give up, even when everything said you should. And now you are being called into the wave, not to observe it, but to ride it, not with fear, but with boldness. This is a rare alignment of heaven's frequency and your timeline. If you let this wave pass you by, it may take years to cycle back around. So, listen closely. This is not a time to play small. It's a time to step in with the fullness of your belief. Your faith is the key. Your obedience is the surfboard. Your surrender is the wind. The people who overlooked you, the seasons that broke you, and the voices that tried to silence you are all about to witness a demonstration they can't explain. Because this is not man-made. This is divine. This miracle will not look like anything you've seen before. It won't fit in the box others tried to confine you in. It won't follow their logic. It won't bow to their doubt. It will come like a flood and leave no part of your life untouched. You've been asking for change, but this miracle is beyond change. It's transformation. The old you can't carry what's coming. That's why you had to shed. That's why you had to grieve. That's why you had to be stripped of what was safe. Because what's on the way is not safe. It's sacred. And sacred things cannot be contained in spaces built for survival. You were made for this wave, and this wave was made for you. Remember the moments you felt invisible, the times you wondered if your voice mattered, the nights when you cried out with nothing but silence in return. Those moments were not wasted. They were echoes in the halls of the unseen, and every one of them was collected by the divine. None of it was random. All of it is converging now. This is what motion feels like. This is what the turning point looks like. There are people you haven't met yet who are already being positioned to play key roles in your unfolding story. There are opportunities aligning that your name is already on, even if you don't see them yet. And most importantly, there is a version of you that is rising, stronger, wiser, more aligned than ever before. This wave is not just about external miracles, it's about the internal one too, the miracle of self-recognition, of identity reborn, of power reclaimed. This is not the time to shrink. This is the time to expand, to speak with authority, to walk with purpose, to stand in the middle of this wave and declare, I'm ready. Because when you say yes to this motion, you say no to everything that tried to stop you. You say no to fear. You say no to limitation. And you say yes to overflow. You'll notice the shift in conversations, the way people begin to treat you differently without knowing why. You'll see doors open that once felt welded shut. And more than anything, you'll feel the clarity return. No more confusion, no more fog, just divine direction. That's the beauty of a miracle in motion. It clears the path as it arrives. Don't wait for everything to make sense. That's not faith, that's comfort. This wave doesn't come with guarantees. It comes with momentum. And your role is to trust it, to flow with it, to believe in the unseen just as fiercely as you believe in what's in front of you. You're not being asked to figure it all out. You're being invited to step in and let it carry you. The ones who miss the wave are the ones who wait for perfect conditions. But this miracle doesn't ride on perfection. It rides on presence. The now, the willingness, the surrender, the belief that even if you don't know what's next, you know you're not meant to stay where you are. The wave moves when you do. So move. Your hesitation may have cost you in the past, but not this time, not this miracle. This one is saturated with mercy. It's full of redemption. It's dripping with grace. And it's custom designed for your story. You're not too late. You're right on time. The miracle was waiting for your awareness. And now that you see it, run toward it. There's a sacred rhythm playing now, and those who are tuned in can hear it like a drumbeat in their spirit. It's not chaotic, it's not rushed, it's divine, calm, certain. This wave is not the result of luck or accident or force. It is the unfolding of a promise. And you, chosen one, are no longer on the sidelines. You are being ushered to the front. What once bypassed you is now circling back. What once ignored you is now seeking you. And what once was denied is now being delivered. You don't have to understand how it all works. Miracles don't require logic. They only require trust. That tug you feel inside, the one that tells you to lean in, to get ready, to expect something larger than life. That's not anxiety. That's alignment. That's your inner compass detecting motion. That's how miracles communicate. They don't shout, they pulse. There will be moments in the coming days that make you pause and say, wait, did that just happen? Yes, it did. And it's just the beginning. Because when a miracle is truly in motion, it causes a ripple effect. One answered prayer leads to another, and another, and another. You'll begin to feel like you're in the middle of a current you can't stop. And that's exactly where you're meant to be. This wave is for restoration, for healing, for clarity, for divine favor that cancels out years of stagnation in a single breath. It doesn't matter how far behind you feel. This wave is about acceleration. You'll gain in a week what you thought would take years. You'll connect with people who open doors you never knew existed. And you'll look at your life and realize that everything, yes, everything, was building up to this. Some won't understand how quickly things begin shifting for you. They'll try to attribute it to coincidence. They'll say, "You just got lucky." But you'll know. You'll remember every battle you fought, every private prayer, every breakdown that led to a breakthrough. And you'll smile, not to prove them wrong, but because you finally feel what it means to be right where you're meant to be. This wave is not just for your benefit. It's to show others what's possible when you don't give up, when you believe even when it's hard, when you plant seeds without applause. This miracle is the fruit of unseen labor. And now that it's blooming, don't be afraid of how big it is. Don't sabotage it with doubt. Don't delay it with small thinking. Embrace it fully. You've been conditioned to expect delay, to expect disappointment. But not anymore. That version of you is dissolving. The you who shrinks when good things happen. The you who questions every blessing. The you who braces for loss before the gain is even complete. That part of you is being washed away. This wave isn't just bringing new things. It's washing away what no longer serves you. You'll feel lighter, not because life is easier, but because you're not carrying what you used to. That's the miracle. The peace that comes when you finally release what was never yours to hold. The clarity that comes when confusion is replaced by confidence. And the power that rises when you stop fighting what's flowing and start flowing with what's already moving. You might not have a blueprint. You might not have the entire plan, but you have this moment, this motion, this miracle. And that's enough. Stop asking, what if it fails? Start asking, what if this is the start of everything I ever prayed for? Because that's the direction you're moving in now. This wave doesn't require you to prove anything. You don't need to be more, do more, earn more, just to be worthy of what's coming. The miracle was not put in motion because of what you did. It was set in motion because of who you are. That's why it's unstoppable. It's attached to your identity, not your performance. Let that truth sink in. You're not chasing miracles. Miracles are magnetized to your alignment. You being in the right frequency attracts them. You walking in your truth activates them. You speaking with faith fuels them. And you releasing fear frees them. There's no more room for hesitation. This moment demands courage. Courage to walk away from old mindsets. Courage to let go of limited relationships. Courage to believe that you're not too late, too flawed, or too broken for something beautiful. Courage to ride the wave, even if you've never surfed this deep before. Some waves require skill. This wave only requires surrender. It's not about how strong you are, it's about how still you're willing to become. Can you quiet the doubts? Can you tune out the noise? Can you trust that the current carrying you is divine? You're not meant to force this. You're meant to flow in it. And the more you release, the more you rise. The more you let go, the faster you move. This is the paradox of miracles. The less you control, the more they arrive. The more you believe, the more they reveal. So open your hands, open your heart, open your mind. Because what's on the way is more than you imagined. It's bigger than you prepared for. And it's happening now, not someday, not if, or maybe, but now. You're in the middle of the motion. And the motion is holy. This wave has your name on it. Not just metaphorically, spiritually, energetically. It is coded with your essence, designed for your journey. It will pass by others untouched because it wasn't meant for them. But it stops for you. It slows for you. It bends toward you. And all it needs is your yes. You've said yes to many things in the past. Yes to pressure, yes to pain, yes to expectations that weren't yours to carry. But this yes is different. This yes is sacred. It's not a yes to hustle or chaos or chasing shadows. It's a yes to alignment, flow, and divine favor. It's a yes to being seen, to being known, to being carried. Because that's what this wave is doing. It's carrying you. You're not walking into your next season. You're being lifted into it, picked up by the same force that told the oceans where to stop, the same energy that whispered galaxies into being. It's not random. It's not luck. It's orchestrated. The miracle is motion, and motion is change. So prepare for everything to shift. Routines will break. Conversations will turn. Directions will reverse. People will exit. New ones will arrive. But don't resist it. Don't fear it. This is what it looks like when heaven's order overrides human plans. This is what it feels like when divine speed takes the wheel. You've prayed for answers, and now you're receiving direction. You've prayed for increase, and now you're receiving capacity. You've prayed for purpose, and now you're receiving clarity. Don't ask to go back to normal. That version of life expired the moment the wave was released in your favor. You might wake up one morning and everything feels different, not chaotic, just unfamiliar. That's how you'll know the shift has landed. It's not meant to feel safe. It's meant to feel alive. That fire in your chest, that quickening in your steps, that whisper in your thoughts that says, "Now is the time." Don't ignore them. That's the miracle communicating with you. This motion will disturb what's stale. It will shake loose what's stagnant. You may feel like things are falling apart, but they're not. They're realigning. There is no collapse here, only divine construction. When old things fall, it's because better ones are rising. Let them fall. Trust the replacement. This wave will expose what can't come with you. And that might hurt. Let it. Grief is part of the process. Not everything or everyone is meant to ride this wave with you. Some people were only built for the storm. They can't handle the calm that comes with clarity. They were necessary in the valley, but not the mountaintop. Don't mourn what leaves. Celebrate what remains. And look at what remains. Look at how your spirit has grown. Look at the resilience in your gaze, the peace in your silence, the depth in your stillness. You've become something rare, and the miracle is recognizing that. It's not just about what's coming, it's about who you've become. So many people seek miracles outside of themselves, but the greatest ones are internal. When you stop apologizing for who you are, when you stop diluting your light to make others comfortable, when you stop explaining your calling just to gain approval, that's a miracle. When you live in full expression of your design, that's divine. You're not going back to who you used to be. That chapter is closed. This motion is not a circle. It's an elevation, a spiral upward. Every turn is higher, clearer, purer. And every level you reach, the miracle becomes more visible. You'll start noticing it in small ways. The peace when you enter a room, the sudden clarity in your thoughts, the unusual alignment of events, the ease that replaces effort. That's how miracles move. Gently at first, then suddenly, all at once, like a wave cresting and crashing, not to destroy, but to cleanse, not to erase, but to elevate. You've waited long enough. This isn't about patience anymore. It's about preparation. And you're ready. Even if your mind still questions it, your spirit knows. There's a reason you're still standing, still listening, still believing. That reason is now unfolding. You're not here to survive. You're here to thrive. You're not here to repeat cycles. You're here to break them. You're not here to ask for crumbs. You're here to receive overflow. And that's exactly what this wave is bringing. The days of second guessing are ending. The nights of wondering why me are shifting into days of declaring, "For me, this miracle is not an accident. It's an answer. It's heaven's reply to every unanswered cry. It's the result of every unseen act of faith. You didn't miss it. You're not late. This is your hour. This is your alignment. This is your miracle in motion. And the beauty is, it hasn't even reached full force yet. The full force of this miracle doesn't just arrive. It builds, like a rising tide that kisses your feet before it lifts you off the shore. It whispers before it roars. And right now, you're in the in-between, the sacred moment where you still feel the ground beneath you, yet you know something greater is rising beneath your feet. That's not your imagination. That's divine motion. The miracle is increasing, not only around you, but within you. You're being expanded, emotionally, spiritually, even physically. Have you felt the stretching lately? The way old dreams no longer satisfy you? The way temporary things lose their grip? That's because your miracle is too big for your old life. You're growing into what's already yours. And with that growth comes a clearing, a release of what no longer fits. Old habits, old coping mechanisms, outdated beliefs. This wave is not just about addition. It's about subtraction too. It's about pruning what's been blocking your bloom. Trust the release. You are not losing. You're being refined. Miracles don't settle in cluttered places. That's why the clearing had to come first. The relationships that ended, the plans that failed, the seasons that closed before you were ready. Those weren't endings. They were space makers, sacred preparation for something you couldn't have handled until now. Now you can. Now you're ready. But let's be honest, being ready doesn't always feel like confidence. Sometimes it feels like surrender, like tears in the middle of the night, like silence when you expected answers, like being stripped down to the core just to find that the core is still strong. That's readiness. That's how the divine gets your attention, not through noise, but through presence. And presence is all this miracle needs. This wave doesn't require a performance. It requires authenticity. You don't need to pretend to be more spiritual, more perfect, more together. That illusion never worked anyway. This wave isn't responding to your mask. It's responding to your truth, to your pain, to your perseverance, to your purity of heart in a world that forgot how to feel. So if you've been feeling deeply lately, good. That's the frequency of the wave. If you've been crying more than usual, good. That's the cleansing before the clarity. If you've been waking up in the middle of the night with your heart racing, pay attention. You're not anxious, you're awakening. This is the divine shaking you into remembrance, into awareness, into motion. Because miracles don't just land on us, they call us into partnership. They stretch us so we can carry what's coming. If it was small, it would have happened by now. But it's not small. It's historic. It's generational. It's the kind of shift that rewrites your entire legacy. Yes, this miracle is personal, but it's also collective. What happens through you will ripple beyond you. People connected to your name, your energy, your voice, your choices, they will be affected too. That's why the shaking was so intense. That's why the pruning felt personal. It wasn't punishment, it was precision. You're carrying something bigger than just your own breakthrough. You're carrying a wave that will awaken others. Some will try to figure it out. Others will try to explain it. But you won't need to say much. The fruit will speak for itself. The favor will show without a resume. The peace will arrive without explanation. And when they ask how, you'll simply say, "It was in motion all along." This wave will open doors that require no keys. It will place you in rooms where your name preceded your presence. It will align you with moments that seem too perfect to be real, but they are. Because this is not fiction, this is favor, and favor is real, even when it's rare. What you're stepping into will make sense in hindsight. But for now, just trust the tug, that inner knowing that says, don't stop, don't settle, don't retreat. You are not being dramatic, you are discerning. That discomfort is not dysfunction, it's delivery. You're birthing something right now, not just an idea, not just a goal, but a life that is finally in rhythm with who you really are. A life that mirrors the vision you've always held but were too afraid to speak. A life that doesn't dim to be accepted. A life that dares to be whole. And it's all unfolding because of the wave. This motion is not random, it's rehearsed, not by you, but by the divine. Every intersection, every delay, every quiet moment that felt forgotten, they were all rehearsals for this unveiling. This is your curtain call, and you're not performing, you're being revealed. So breathe deeply, step boldly, and let the wave do what it was always designed to do. Carry you higher. This wave doesn't just lift, it accelerates. And acceleration feels like intensity. It feels like everything is happening at once. One moment you're waiting, the next you're overflowing. One day it's quiet, the next everything is calling your name. That's not chaos, that's divine coordination. When the miracle finally reaches its full speed, there's no warning bell, it just arrives. And when it arrives, you must be grounded. Not in fear, not in the opinions of others, but in truth. Because miracles can attract attention, and not all attention is pure. Some people will celebrate the fruit of your faith, and others will question your worthiness. Let them. Their opinions do not determine the motion. Their disbelief doesn't cancel the wave. Their doubt does not have jurisdiction here. What has been set in motion cannot be reversed by small minds. You didn't wait this long, endure this much, heal this deeply, just to explain yourself to people who never even noticed your storms. You didn't survive the wilderness to beg for validation when the harvest arrives. This is not the time to look around. It's the time to look within. The miracle is unfolding, whether or not they applaud it. And the more it grows, the more you'll realize it was never about them anyway. This miracle is about alignment, not attention, about destiny, not drama. And now that it's moving, protect it. Don't cast your pearls before those who won't understand the cost. Don't reduce your story to bite-sized pieces for those who only came to consume. Let them wonder, let them question, but don't let them interrupt your flow. You are entering a time of sacred confirmation. Things you once doubted will be proven. Ideas you hid will be embraced. Truths you whispered will become echoes. The dreams you buried will rise through cracks in your history. Because miracles aren't buried, they're planted. And what was planted is breaking ground. It won't just show up in one area. It'll spill into everything. Your health, your clarity, your creativity, your relationships. The vibration of your entire life will begin to shift. And you won't need to force anything. You'll just become the frequency of the miracle itself. People will feel it before they hear it. They'll sense it in your silence, see it in your posture, and they'll know something holy is moving through you. And it is. The wave will show up in the most unexpected ways. A message out of nowhere. A meeting you didn't plan. A door you didn't knock on, opening wide. This is what happens when you align. When you stop chasing and start receiving. When you step out of survival and into sacred surrender. No more chasing things that don't chase you back. No more striving to be seen. No more begging to be understood. That energy is over. This new wave honors your essence. It recognizes your soul's print. It knows where you belong and delivers you there without apology. The miracle in motion isn't just about giving, it's about revealing. What's being revealed now is your true timeline, the one that was delayed but never denied, the one that felt lost but was only being recalibrated, the one that belongs only to you. You'll start to feel yourself detach from timelines that were never yours, goals you thought you needed, roles you felt pressured to play, identities you wore just to be accepted. All of it begins to dissolve, because what's coming needs the real you, not the masked one, not the safe one, the true one. And with each passing day, the miracle will strip away what's false until only truth remains. And the truth is, you are chosen, not for a life of lack or fear or confusion, but for one of expansion, expression, and elevation. You are chosen to show others what alignment looks like, to be a living example of what happens when someone says yes to the divine current. This miracle is not loud, but it is undeniable. It won't always feel like fireworks. Sometimes it will feel like stillness. Sometimes it will look like quiet peace after years of noise. Sometimes it will be a knowing smile at the end of a conversation that once would have triggered you. That's still the miracle. That's still the wave. The external signs will follow the internal shift. But the shift is happening now. And here's what you must remember. Do not sabotage what you've prayed for. Don't second-guess the goodness. Don't wait for the other shoe to drop. This is not a trick. This is not a trap. This is transformation. You didn't stumble into this wave. You summoned it with your consistency, your faith, your tears, your refusal to stay small. And now the divine is honoring that frequency. The universe doesn't ignore real alignment. It responds to it, boldly, swiftly, completely. And that's what you're about to witness, a complete response to your yes, a divine echo to your soul's truth, a resounding answer to the quiet prayers you thought were forgotten. They weren't. Nothing was missed. Nothing was wasted. This wave remembers everything. The wave remembers what you forgot, the moments you almost let go, the tears you never shared, the courage it took just to get out of bed some days, the way you kept showing up even when nothing made sense. The wave saw it all. And now the wave is here for you. This miracle isn't an apology from the universe. It's a recognition, a confirmation that your vibration, your evolution, your willingness to keep becoming, it all meant something. You didn't break for nothing. You broke open so light could enter. You cracked so truth could rise. And now the truth is evident. You are the miracle in motion. You were never meant to be ordinary. That's why the process was so painful. That's why it took longer. Because your miracle had to be layered with precision, with legacy, with purpose beyond the surface. You're not here to experience just a moment of favor. You're here to live a lifestyle of divine alignment. But now, chosen one, the time for waiting is over. The miracle is already touching the edges of your life. The wave is here, not to overwhelm, but to elevate. Not to wash you away, but to usher you forward. It will remove what no longer fits. It will reorder everything, and it will demand your surrender, not your stress. You may feel unready, you may feel nervous. That's okay. Growth rarely feels calm. But the presence you feel now, that stirring, that fire, that sacred shaking, is not fear. It's recognition. It's your soul whispering, "This is what we've been waiting for." All the times you asked, "When?" This is the answer. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need the applause. All you need is presence, to stay with this wave, to keep breathing through the transitions, to trust that the same force that brought you here will carry you further. You don't need to control it. You just need to flow with it. Because what's ahead is not just better, it's divine. You'll look back on this season and realize the shift happened not when something around you changed, but when something within you did. When you stopped asking, "What if I fail?" and started asking, "What if this works?" When you stopped rehearsing past pain and started practicing present peace. When you stopped waiting for proof and started moving with purpose. That's when the wave turned into a miracle. From this point forward, things will not look the same. They can't. You've changed. The soil you now stand on is sacred. The breath you now take is intentional. The vision in your heart is protected by the heavens, and your steps are being guided, whether you feel it every moment or not. Don't worry about being ready. Just be real. Don't worry about being qualified. You were born ready for what's meant for you. Don't try to rush the wave. Stay in sync with it. It knows where it's going. It knows how to arrive, and it knows how to make room for you. There will be laughter ahead, joy, overflow, beauty, peace that no storm can disturb. Not because the world changed, but because you did. And you'll start to magnetize what matches your healed self, your whole self, your awakened self. That's the miracle in motion. So let it move, let it clear, let it fill, let it carry. And when the moment comes that the wave breaks fully over your life, when the miracle finally arrives in full form, don't forget who you became along the way. That was the real blessing. You are not the same. You are walking proof that the divine is still writing stories no one can erase. And the next chapter is abundance. Because this was never about just one wave. It was about learning how to live in the rhythm of the miraculous. From now on, miracles won't surprise you. They'll recognize you. Because you are aligned, you are flowing, you are chosen. And the miracle is already here.